Gen Z is quitting jobs faster than any generation before them. In fact, approximately 65% of Gen Z employees leave their job within the first year. But it's not because they're lazy, it's because many workplaces are broken. And Gen Z are not afraid to call it out. So in this video, we're diving into why Gen Z is rejecting toxic work cultures and what every business can learn from it. Let's start by looking at what a toxic culture is. When you hear toxic workplace, you might picture a shouting manager or office gossip, but in reality, it's way more subtle and way more common than you think. In fact, 75% of employees say they've experienced a toxic work environment. That's 3 out of 4 people. So what does a toxic culture look like today? Constant micromanagement, feeling pressure to reply to emails late at night, no psychological safety where people are afraid to speak up, a culture where burnout is normalized and rest is seen as laziness. The impact of all of this is serious. Toxic work cultures have been linked to higher rates of stress, anxiety, depression, and burnout. But Gen Z, they're not here for it. They're not taking any crap. Studies have found that 75% of Gen Z and millennials would quit their jobs tomorrow if they found themselves in a toxic work culture. Gen Z have no problem walking away, especially when they feel unsupported, unheard, and undervalued. And it's not about entitlement. It's about expecting work to be human. Gen Z is saying, if your culture harms my health, I'm out. Adios, au revoir, goodbye. So what do Gen Z actually want? If they're walking away from toxic work cultures, what are they walking towards? It turns out the answer is pretty reasonable. They want flexibility, not just remote work, but trust. They want the ability to get the job done without being micromanaged. They want meaning, work that aligns with their values and makes them feel like what they're doing actually matters. And they want support. Workplace health and well-being is not a buzzword to Gen Z. It's a basic expectation. 83% of Gen Z workers say they expect their employer to support their psychological well-being. Gen Z want workplaces that feel safe, not just physically, but emotionally. A place where they can be themselves, ask questions, and make mistakes. And in my opinion, none of that is unreasonable. In fact, most people, no matter their age, want these things too. The difference is Gen Z isn't willing to settle. And if businesses want to attract and retain this generation, businesses have to evolve. And that's the kind of work we do at Loving Life. We help businesses build cultures that support the health and well-being of their employees. We deliver a range of workshops that support, empower, and motivate teams. Whether it's well-being, team away days, team building, or leadership, we've got you covered. But promoting positive health and well-being is essential to building a thriving workplace. And one way to stay on top of this is by using a well-being calendar. A well-being calendar helps your workplace stay up to date throughout the year so that they don't miss important well-being initiatives. And I've got a treat for you. If you want to download a free well-being calendar so that your workplace can stay on track with the well-being events throughout this year, head to the first link in the description box and download your well-being calendar for free. Supporting Gen Z and the whole workforce starts with putting health and well-being first. When you invest in well-being, you're not just supporting Gen Z, you're building a better future for everyone. This isn't just about Gen Z, it benefits the whole organization. These are the kind of changes that benefit everyone in your workplace. Millennials are burnt out. Gen X often feels stuck between change and tradition. Even boomers are rethinking what they want from work. When you build a culture based on trust, well-being, and purpose, people thrive. But only 23% of employees feel engaged at work. And burnout continues to be one of the leading causes of people quitting across all generations at work. But when you create a workplace where people feel supported, valued, and heard, employee turnover goes down, morale goes up, and the culture begins to shift in a positive direction for everyone. This is what the future of work looks like. And it's no longer optional. Gen Z is just the first generation brave enough to demand it. So let's be clear, Gen Z isn't the problem. They're just not willing to accept a broken system. And whether you're leading a team of Gen Z employees or managing a multi-generational workforce, the message is the same. People want to work in environments where they're trusted, supported, and respected. Workplaces that put health and well-being first aren't just keeping hold of Gen Z, they're keeping hold of everyone. And if you're ready to build that kind of culture, we're here to help. Don't forget to download your wellbeing calendar. It's the first step in making workplace wellbeing a priority all year round. And if you want some actionable tips to get started with wellbeing now, why not check out this video on 5 fun and free wellbeing challenges for work. These challenges are simple to run, great for team morale, and completely free. So go on, check it out here. But remember, a happy workforce is a productive workforce.